Crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. TitanX day 280. What the fuck? Is TitanX now a serious player in the bull run for the crypto market? We did a stream with Jake Sharp before day 280, and we posed the question to him, giga pump or giga dump, and he couldn't even give us the answer. And what the hell happened? We pumped 40%. Who on earth expected that? Not only that, we saw Blaze and Inferno and all the other build on TitanX protocols pump with TitanX. Hart's Law in full effect. It was crazy to see. So what happened? What does it give us the confidence now in the community for the TitanX ecosystem all the way through the bull run? I'm Ali Kane, host of the weekly Blaze, and we at Blaze 3 Labs, we build awesome, fully decentralized protocols. This week, we have Crypto Audi King on the show. He has a wonderful YouTube channel with about 10,000 subs. He talks a lot about TitanX, and he gives a lot more technical analysis than we do. So we thought we'd bring him on the show and see what he has to say about what on earth happened on TitanX day 280 and what on earth we can expect going forward. The $1 million question, is TitanX now an awesome play for the bull run? So, Crypto Audi King, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, boss. Thank you so much for everything. Great intro, by the way. I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Just I suppose we had a bit of a crazy couple of days in crypto. I know you're in TitanX, the TitanX ecosystem, and we got through day 280. Everybody's buzzing, and then the whole market absolutely shits itself.
Yeah, for sure. Literally, the whole world right now is just tanking.
Yeah, a lot of even all the kind of political stuff going on in different countries, kind of crazy times out there at the minute. Hopefully, we'll all be okay in crypto. So yeah, your YouTube channel's flying. What's your sort of angle that you've got on the YouTube channel?
Of course, trying to grow past that 10,000 subscribe count. That's like, one of the first goals. And it's kind of crazy how, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that tend to buy bots and buy subs and views and all that stuff. And I've been doing YouTube since 2018. So the fact that it took this long to be able to get close to 10K just comes to show that I'm not that type of person to be buying bots. So I want to grow generically in the right way. And if it takes 20 years, then I'm for it,
Yeah. I think a real important thing, I don't give a shit about bots and about, numbers, just having a properly well-earned, engaged community that actually
Exactly right.
listen and value your opinion is so much more interesting and valuable to me than, hundreds of thousands of people listening. We're not here. Well, hopefully we'll make enough money that on crypto that we don't need to make money out of YouTube. Be nice to, obviously, but yeah, a nice organic community of people that appreciate your content is much, much better than just having, so many subscribers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, how do you feel about TitanX day 280? What's your initial opinion as to what happened there?
To be honest with you, the past few days, I have gotten a lot more confident and much of a believer in TitanX. This literally came to show how strong the token is and how strong the community itself is. There was a time period throughout, a few months, I want to say, give or take, where even I didn't want to upload a video just because nothing much really was going on. It was a little bit of a silent zone. But now that day 280 took effect, it just came out of nowhere. I don't even think nobody expected this to happen, actually. And the fact that it went up so much already, 30% is something, though, better than all the rest of the crypto market and stock market that has plummeted. In my opinion, it's looking really good. Green over so many red in the market, it tells you how strong that token itself is.
Yeah, I mean, I was very, very surprised. Everybody, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
definitely.
been in the community obviously for quite a long time, working with working in even in the mastermind with Jake when he was putting Titan X together. So I watched it from the very, very beginning. And day 280 was always going to be a massive thing. And I was stacking my ETH on the sidelines, waiting for some big dump. I think Jake had even kind of sort of hinted to people that be prepared for a 30 to 50% dump if you catch some TitanX tokens. Brilliant, happy days. But so many people sitting on the sidelines waiting for a dump that never actually came.
Yeah, I agree, man. A lot of us, including myself, had USDC, had Ethereum on the side, cashed out from other meme coins and all over the place to be able to have the funds necessary for the supposed drop that we expected. And we literally just, we ourselves got wrecked, somewhat wrecked. Like, come on, man. Like, a lot of people were already like accumulating from the top, selling while it was dropping a little bit, expecting it to go lower, and here they go FOMOing right back in. Maybe I think some people even bought back a little higher than what they sold on Ethereum to be able to buy it back cheaper. So it's kind of crazy, man. I think I'm all for it, to be honest with you. It took people by surprise, and I think it brought in more funds simply because of that factor that what happened.
Yeah, well, what are you doing? What are you doing with all those funds you were stacking? Now I'm sitting. I'm kind of already started DCM back in. I you
Hmm.
know I did sell a lot of Titan X as the miners were coming out. Playing a lot over on Pulse Chain and things like that. But yeah, we've been building the Blaze protocol. But now I've got that ETH sitting there, and I'm just going to keep DCN into Titan X here for the next few weeks, few days, whatever it may be. And what's your plans at the minute then?
Right now, just getting them stakes up. That's what I'm doing. I'm just reinvesting all that I have right now on the miners that I'm accumulating, or at least claiming wise. I think I have some due tonight, if I remember correctly, that I'm just gonna simply go on over to staking. And I started at day 300, and I'm slowly doing like some of them. I'm adding 15 days, other days, other mints or stakes. Sorry, I'm adding 30 days. I'm really trying to push all the way up to day 800. Maybe if I have enough funds, maybe all the way to day 1000 stakes. So that way I can just be set for, that 3 year period, really, that I feel like should be enough to where we will be really happy with the gains that TitanX should be able to provide for us. No promises, no guarantees, but you should know crypto is a gamble at these days.
Yeah, for sure. So you said as well, you mentioned there as well that there was a period. Did you find there was a quiet period in the whole market there where really nothing was happening? You say you didn't really push some videos out. What were you thinking during those few weeks, months, whatever it was? What were you thinking was going to happen in the market?
Yeah, it was rough, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a type of person, I do content every single day. So in order for me to be able to provide a video every day, like there has to be something going on. It gets to a point to where if nothing really is happening news wise, updates, projects coming out, stuff like that, it tends to get difficult for me to be able to create content just because I don't want to get too repetitive. Because at some point, that technical analysis tends to just not really show much at all for such time period. So at most, I was doing like strategies, price targets, stuff like that, changing it up a bit, that as much as I could. But there was that quiet zone where I was like, what do I even upload now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm heavily involved over on Pulse Chain as well. Now I know things aren't
Mhm.
great over there, but I've
Yeah.
been building a project over there for quite a while, and I did exactly the same, man. It was just having to try to force the issue of building, of putting out content, and even trying to find things to talk about. There was nothing too positive to talk about, so I kind of did the same. I took a break over there for a while and just let everything play out.
Hmm.
The good times are coming. There'll be plenty to like now we've already got a whole ream of things to talk about again. But you've been in crypto for quite a while. 9 years, is that correct?
Yeah, since 2015, I've been in it.
And
Crazy.
yeah, how you feeling about this cycle compared to previous cycles? What's your the is everything going to repeat again this cycle?
Yeah, it's a rinse and repeat, man. In my personal opinion, it's to shake off all them little weak hands. It's all this happened. There, crypto does this funny thing where like there's that slow bleeder. You know, it takes months of it dropping. You know, slowly but surely, and then there's them crypto moves where overnight, boom, 50%. And if crypto has done that before, I remember. I can't remember the exact date that this happened. I want to say maybe I can't remember really where Bitcoin went. I remember it was 11 or 11:30 o'clock at night, and Bitcoin was hovering at around $12,100, give or take. Imagine $12,000. That's crazy. And I remember looking at the time, and then I went back to, I think it was Coinbase at that time, and Bitcoin dropped to 5,800 or 6,000 some change right in a flash. And if Bitcoin wants to do that, it will do that. And if Bitcoin doesn't, what I mean, any other coin theoretically will eventually do it if it wanted to. If there's enough hands, if there's enough weak hands, scared hands, it will technically do it. And whenever them opportunities happen, it will happen like how it recently happened in the past like day or two, where all these coins dropped like crazy and smart people were accumulating. Yes, it could have dropped more, but that's where also you need to also have enough funds to diversify your portfolio, not just only have Ethereum, not just only have TitanX. Scatter your funds around. But of course, everybody's financial status is different. You know, some people may have millions of dollars to be able to afford, right? Other people may only have 10, 20, $50. Then people that have $50 are the ones that I really try to push cheaper networks out there. For example, Pulse Chain, you know, BNB, Matic, Ethereum is questionable still right now. It's still very cheap. You know, Gwei is like 3, sometimes 5, sometimes 8. But we all know that won't last. In the future, we all know Ethereum gas is probably going to go up in a bull run, which with the normal will probably be 50 to 100 Gwei, whenever swaps are going to cost you $50 to just be able to approve the contract. You know, it's things like that. And recently, I think it happened like 2 nights ago where Gwei went to like 600. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, see, I,
I was,
I seen somebody sharing a post of trying to claim a Centurion NFT
yeah.
costing 24
Yep.
grand in gas.
Yeah, and it happens just that fast. And I literally, I don't know if you've kept up to date with who Zenify and Alexa and their airdrop that happened and all that. I literally had just claimed my tokens and I was just about to click confirm from, and the gas went from 3 to 60 and then 60 to 200, 300, 400. I was like, what do I even do? Like, what's going on? And that's where it just everything took off it like crazy. So you gotta just gotta be ready for scenarios like that, of course.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few days ago, I'd seen somebody commenting that kind of Bitcoin had come back to where they come back to the level where all the short-term players had kind of bought in. You know, people that were jumping in on the run up, they come back to the level where they're kind of at a break-even point. And I'm sure that this dump absolutely frightened the life out of many of those people that just came in. I'm sure they were selling like crazy.
Yes.
I've only been in crypto since May 2021, you know, but I've been through a hell of a lot in that time. You know how it goes.
Yep.
But you know, when I woke up a couple of days ago and seen the plummet, I did, you know, I felt it. I felt it in my stomach. I was just like, oh, no, not again.
And it catches people off guard. Like whenever crypto is going up, you I know this for a fact because it happens to me quite often, right? Like whenever crypto is going up, you tend to have flexible money for you to invest. And then whenever crypto dumps, like how it happened recently, you tend to be low on funds just because of life, you know, stuff like that. And now you're trying to hesitate to get little tiny crumbs everywhere just to be able to buy yourself as much as you can at the cheap prices. So it's just a crazy time to be in crypto. It always is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is. How you feeling about that, Utah?
You know, as Somi would say, I believe enough souls have been taken. We can start the bull. We can start the bull run. I One of my friends was telling me, bro, we got another black swan coming. There's one more
Yep.
thing. I can feel it. And you know what? This kid got me into crypto. He's still in his 20s, you know, But I'm like, no, I think we're good, bro. I think we're good. And he goes, no, man, we're going below 50K. And I said, I'll bet you we don't go below 55. And son of a bitch, he was right again. And, and I just hope it's the last one. You know, I feel bad for anybody that got shook out on this because we are right there. It's time. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's go time. I mean, for us, for me, it doesn't really even phase me anymore, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
you're numb to it, right?
I'm just
After
like,
so
oh
much.
shit, man, do I got any powder on the sidelines? And the thing is, you know, I always forget, you know, park money in some stables for this because if you have your money
Yeah.
in ETH, then it's going down too. So you're not really getting that far ahead, you know. But I'm over here buying Blaze and everything else and staking it, buying some Inferno, some Titan, and all these things. So I'm kind of tapped at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I didn't sell. Obviously, I'm strong enough not to actually panic, but I did feel a dump the other day. I was like, oh, I did feel it. I did definitely feel the I don't even know what it is. Just when you feel it in your stomach, going, "Geez, why? Why? Surely we've been in this game long. We've endured enough pain that I have to go through it." But look where we are a day later, and you know, we're pretty much back to where we were before the dump. And Titan, I mean, anybody that is kicking about and did sell. It's a lesson that you need to learn that whenever it goes down hard, most of the time it will come back pretty quick.
Yes, for sure. Like we're right now, crypto is in the prices. Well, at least Ethereum is in the same price it was back in early 2021. I think it was middle of 2021. So in a half full, I guess the cup is half full type of scenario. It's like you can be like, oh, I'm getting the prices cheaper, 3 years later type of scenario, So it really depends on everybody's mentality, how you want to see it. And that's the way really I see it. $2,200, $2,400 Ethereum on in the year 2024. My overall prediction, and I've been saying this for a minute, everybody from my coworkers, from people in my private group chat, all that. I still say this is my own personal prediction. Don't take it as a grain of salt, okay? But Ethereum, in my opinion, in the next bull run, the massive bull run, is going to go from to at least $15,000 to 20K. That is my target. I even told my barber, and he already bought like 4 Ethereum before the dump happened. So he's probably a little mad at me, but it's okay. He should know. He should know that there's a risk.
Well, at least it pulled back. At least it's pulled back a little bit.
Yep.
So, Audi King, the name. What's the story with the name Audi King? Where'd that come from?
Well, I've always been like really really deep into crypto. Well, whenever I started, so I knew it needed to start with crypto, of course. And ever since I got good at trading, because I also do stocks, I do option trading. I do classes, I teach, I have my own private Slack group of 33 members that I have been teaching since 2018. And we've been just making little bucks every now and then. Of course, we lose money, but we also gain money, right? And I've always been like, yo, if I get really good at this, my dream car is an R8, an Audi R8. So I was like, okay, cool, crypto, and there's Audi, put them together. And then I was like, but how will they know it's a dude? Because back then I wouldn't use my webcam, so I was just do the voiceover, right? And I was like, they got to know I'm a dude, so I just put a king on there. And I was like, you know what, that sounds cool. Just put a king on there, and that's where that crypto Audi King really came from, and it
All
just
right.
stuck.
Just just wanted to know that. So yeah, thanks for explaining that one for me. Okay, Titan X. You've been kicking about for quite a while.
Mhm.
What within Titan X caught your eye? Why did you start looking at it? Why did you start investing in it? How did you kind of pick it out of the many million or thousands of coins that are out there?
Well, as you guys know, that I've been doing, YouTube content of Zen, and whenever TitanX first started coming out, I was getting bombarded of just messages from the TitanX community coming over to Telegram. My Twitter was just blowing up every single day of, mentions, retweets, and everything, and just tagging me left and right, letting me know, yo, check this out, check this out. And always getting meme coins. I'm getting NFT projects, messages, check this out, check this other thing out. And most of the time I just ignore them because I'm like, I don't know, it depends on how the community really sees it type of scenario. And there's small little projects that I do end up accepting just because I like to give away back to the community tokens, funds or whatever. And then the TitanX community side were literally annoying the crap out of me at one point, to be honest with you, in a good way. Don't take it in a bad offense. In a good way, they were just like, yo, please look into this. It has potential. Look at the tokenomics. Look at this. The guy behind this is freaking great. And I was like, all right, bet. Let's see what you guys are cooking. So I looked into it and I was like, all right, not bad. I'm going to set this aside and watch on the sidelines. So I didn't start. I've been mentioning this on my YouTube videos as well. And I was like, I didn't start on day 0. I started on day 4 just because I sat on the sidelines and I wanted to see how the market was reacting, how the community was, Twitter activity. That one right there plays a big factor. How active is TitanX itself? Jake and all that, Twitter posts, updates, how engaged is he with the community? And on day 4, everything lined up good in a positive way. I was like, okay, this actually has potential. The community is crazy good, and communication wise is there. The tokenomics seem good. One or two little tiny things was a red flag, and that red flag you would know, of course, access to the buy and burn, and stuff like that, the mechanic behind that. So I was like, that's a little red flag, but I feel like in the long run, that trust will grow and make the project even more successful. So on day 4, I got my things together and I started making videos. And ever since then, I did a video like every day for that crazy buildup hype that was going on for TitanX. And then I scattered it like one every few days. And then that silent zone happened where nothing really was going on. And now recently things are heating up really good. And I figured I need to let the community know. I need to let my subs know that this is still here. It's here for the long run. And I don't want anybody to miss out on potential, quote unquote, potential good funds, good gains in the future.
Yeah, actually, we'll ask you again at the end. But do you want to share your links there quickly for anybody that's in the TitanX ecosystem watching our weekly Blaze stream? Yeah, you want to give them your links there quickly?
Sure. Well, my Telegram is, of course, just Crypto Audit King. You can find me on there. I think I have the link tree on my Twitter page or my X. Some people in the comment section go crazy on YouTube whenever it's like, it's not Twitter anymore, it's X. And just because of that, just for the meme, I could just constantly say Twitter. But on Twitter, I think I have a link tree on there that takes you to the official links. Please be very cautious out there. I know there's a lot of scam impersonators trying to be me, and as well as other influencers trying to get access to your funds. So please make sure it is the official one. My X is also Crypto Audit King.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Okay. So now you're in the ecosystem. Do you want to give us a little bit of, I don't know, do you want to share a few charts or whatever and give us what you think's going on within the ecosystem? How you feel, where we're going?
Sure. Like I've been checking out TitanX on the technical analysis side. And I've stuck with the 4-hour chart, and it's on that channel between the prices of around 6 zeros and a 3-3 and 6 zeros and a 1-3, give or take. If you count the wick, it's about 1-2. And that channel,
Justin, can you get this? Can you show your screen there? Can you?
I can try. Wonder if I can. How do you even do that? Let's see.
Yeah, no, I don't see his screen actually,
Yeah,
Alex.
present at the bottom there. Present in the. Oh, you on stream? Present at the bottom.
There we go. Present, share screen, right?
Yep. I think it'll ask you for which window.
There we go. There we go. You guys see it?
Yep.
There we go. Okay, nice. I know I was reading one single step. So you guys see this little channel right here, right? I've been watching it on the 4-hour. You can easily see that we touch here, right here on support. We bounce right back up. We did this multiple times already, like 1, 2, 3, almost 4. And I made a video about this, that once we hit the support level, I literally said we were bound to go back up to the resistance line, and we were heading right there. And I think Jake did a live stream on this day, literally at the peak. It might have been with you, maybe. I don't know who it was. It was on July 20th, give or take, 21st.
Yeah, I think that would have. Yeah, that must have been us.
Yeah, I think so, because that literally was, quote unquote, the little top that it did before it even touched the resistance. And I was like, dang, now people are selling. So that's where it tended to go right back down. And hopefully this live stream doesn't signal it another sell and it comes right back down. Don't you dare send this right back down, guys. That would be crazy. But yeah, once we break through that 3-3 area, which is, barely anything, I feel like TitanX community can make it happen. We can easily start looking into the prices of knocking out a 0. It's not much resistance on the way up, but the daily itself is the same thing. In my experience, weeklies tend to do the most active moves, but it's still too early for this to play out in the way I want it to.
That's funny that it actually started going back down on at the day of the
I
day
know,
of
right? What are the
stream.
odds of that? Literally,
Yeah.
as soon as that happened, it started going back down. I was like, dang.
It's yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of them things. He came back after 6. It was his first stream in 6 months. You kind of just expect that will be a catalyst for price rather than a dump for price. But yeah,
Right.
strange.
I think maybe some people were waiting for an announcement of X28 or maybe some new protocol.
True. That
So,
makes sense.
oh, Jake's streaming, he's going to announce something. Then when he doesn't, nope.
That's right. Yeah, that's actually it right there. 100%.
Yes, look, we all get through day 280. What is your take on why we didn't dump? My kind of view on it is that maybe a lot of people have been here for waiting for that long, that if they've mined for, people doing max miners, people playing the game until day 280. Maybe there's just been enough dump that people don't see the value in selling their coins at this minute in time. People expecting the ban burn. There's the money still there in the ban burn to kick in. We're going in. We really should be going into the bull run. Jake's sort of touted that his opinion is that it could really take off come October time. And that's my view on why it didn't dump. The people have been here that long that it's not even worth selling at this minute in time. What's your opinion on why it didn't dump?
Who are you asking, me or you to?
Yeah,
You talk.
you are the king.
Okay. Well, I did see, I'm not going to take credit for this. I did see somebody on Twitter post a picture of the prices and the sellings and buys and all that, and they pointed out something that I didn't even think about and put into consideration whenever it comes to the price of TitanX on day 280. The fact that people were already expecting day 280 way, weeks prior. Some of them people were already selling off and taking, into Ethereum or USDC or whatever to be able to be ready for that day. So once day 280 took effect, they mentioned that the price drop was already factored in by the time 280 came along. So there was really not many fun or TitanX to be able to sell. And once all them tokens came curling into circulation, everybody in the previous weeks had already enough funds to go ahead and buy it right there and then. And honestly, it makes sense. It really does. Not only that, but there were so many tokens. What was it, like 11 or 12 trillion tokens that were being claimed or coming into circulation at one point at that time period, that people were saying, yes, it's going to drop. Of course, it's going to drop. It just bit us in the butt. It really did. And now here comes everybody else waiting for the drop that didn't come, even if the token didn't drop for 1 or 2 hours. People are impatient. And here come all the new small fish, even people that have been here around for quite a bit. They tend to just wait for it and it never comes when they want it to come. So here they come buying the token back. And that's where that happened exactly. They just didn't see that instant drop, that second, that 280, 281 days were claimable. They just went ahead and said, you know what? I guess it's not going to happen. Let's just buy our coins right back up. And of course, once that price even saw a 10% increase, people in the TitanX community are smart, and I don't even think they may have done it on purpose. Maybe not. I'm going to say they did it on purpose. They started taking screenshots, posting on Twitter, posting on Telegram chat. Both of them platforms, they have a good amount of people behind them, a handful of people. So once they started posting pictures, we're going up, we're not going to drop. Here comes, 100 extra viewers on Twitter, and 200 people are starting to see it on Telegram. Now they're convincing, it's like a domino effect. Now they're convincing the people that expected it to drop. Now they're like, you know what? It's not going to drop anymore. I'm going to buy my tokens back. That's where I think that 30% increase in price came from. So, hey, I'm all here. I'm here for it. I really am. I'm going to continue buying. I'm going to continue minting. Buying actually, because to stake, minting right now, it's still at like a negative, what is it, 49% ROI, something like that.
I haven't looked at it for a while.
Yeah, it's roughly around there.
So you don't see it going below that support line at all?
It's a strong support line. It tested it. If it held strong on the biggest day of TitanX, in my opinion, I feel like it can hold through anything. But that's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I feel like if you weren't bullish on TitanX before,
yes,
the event in the last few days, I don't know what kind of bullish signals you need after what we just saw.
Right?
I mean, that was absolutely amazing. I personally almost lost my position because I front ran day 280 to I was out at day 275. So I de-risked my liquid Titan, and I was like, okay, I'll buy back my position lower, which I never play those kind of games. But it looked like such a sure thing. I mean, I thought there's no way. I thought there's no way this thing's not gonna drop. Well, thank God I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning on my computer because we were doing another Inferno mint, and I was right there, and I was like, holy shit, it's going back up. And so I just jumped right in and bought my position back. And I actually, I got in before the door closed. I got a little bit of profit, but not enough worth the emotions that I felt, thinking I was going to lose my position. So lesson learned on that.
So Audi King, what's your predictions then for TitanX and the bull run, and then also the sort of build on TitanX protocols and the whole ecosystem as a kind of unit? How do you see that moving forward in the bull run?
In my opinion, if the bull run decides to come at the end of the year, this year, it will play out literally like the perfect storm for TitanX to do a minimum of anywhere between 50 to 100x this year. And that's literally if everything correlates in a perfect scenario, in a perfect world, which we all know that the odds of that are 1 in a trillion. Okay. But if you don't know the supply that's coming out, then you need to look into the website. That's dune.com. The tokens drop significantly. I think the next big day is like mid-September. I think it is somewhere around there. I think it's like 15th of September. That's like the next quote unquote big day for supply to come out. And the end of August all through September are really the biggest days coming up, which isn't really even that big. And after September, that's where things really are going to get interesting. Very low tokens. We have great projects out here that require TitanX. There's Blaze, there's so on and so forth. TitanX is going to be a burning just left and right. That hyper deflationary state is going to take effect. It will send that demand, the supply and demand is going to go crazy. And I think by January, we will be far away from this 6 zeros. Okay, that's what I think.
Woohoo! Bring it on, boy! That's what I want to hear.
You got it. That's what I think, at least, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, what do you think of it? What do you think of the? Have you seen a scenario in crypto before where the with a token with a back with when it starts to go deflationary, it's got the backup of a buy and burn. That multi-million-dollar pools of buy and burn funds. Have you come across that before? And what's your thoughts on what effect that can have?
I don't think I have bumped into a token like this with that many funds, because version 2 has, at current Ethereum prices, which is just insane. At current Ethereum prices at 2.4, give or take, version 2 has about $3.5 million. Version 1 has, I think, like 11 million, somewhere around there. And if my prediction of Ethereum at 15K to 20K in a massive bull run comes true, that alone is already like a 8x funds. And that alone will send TitanX well above, way above what 6 zeros and a 2 that we are right now. There's funds to play around with. There's projects to play around with to be able to make TitanX successful. And not only that, but we do have a great person, a great guy behind this that has, in my opinion, good intentions. Because if his intentions were not good, he would have already left by now, after so long, after all the FUD, after all the hate, negative comments. Just no matter how big you're going to get, for every one good loyal sub that you end up following along the way, there's going to be 100 haters coming along with that. It sucks, but that's just the part about creating content, being an influencer, YouTuber, celebrity, whatever you decide you want to be in. And I wish everybody the best in it. And that's just how it is in crypto. There's a lot of haters in crypto that think they're better than you. Maybe some are, but there's thousands and thousands out there that just tend to bash you left and right and literally call you out for the smallest little tiniest thing, which I find so funny, man. There's even times that I make some YouTube titles just to piss off some of the haters, and here they come on the comment section. I can't believe you did this, and well, thank you for your comment. It helps the algorithm out. You just pushed my video to make an extra 50, 100, 200 views. So
Yeah,
there it
do you
is.
know something? Obviously, many times have been discussed. What things that I liked and didn't like that Jake has done and things like that. But another thing that he is awesome at is paying no attention whatsoever and batting haters away like a little
Mhm.
fly. He's actually, that's one of the things he's actually really really good at. Just doesn't let that negative energy in. And at times, the people coming with the negative energy would have had, they would have had a little bit of ammunition to throw, but waste no time on the haters at all. He's done a great job at that. And even Trevon actually popped into the weekly Plan A spaces on Sunday with a little bit of FUD and hate, and he gets swatted away again. Oh, it's just
Oh my goodness.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's all good. I actually think we have Jake coming back on the weekly Blaze. Maybe not next week, the week after. He'd said he was going to come back on again after day 290. There's quite a lot expected again for day 288. That's when the miners start to deplete, start to take on penalties. Um, and well, yeah, there's a few other different bits and pieces, and the run up to day 288. I think he wanted to get that point out of the way and then come back on the stream again. So we actually need to get the guys to confirm that one up. We need to put a wee announcement out that's going to happen again. He did commit to that, so it'll be another good chat we have. Maybe not next week, but the week after on the show here. So, are you playing in any of the other protocols within the ecosystem? Obviously, we've got our own Blaze protocol. We have Inferno, the meme coin that's kind of built. I see that meme coin potentially taking off after, more likely to take off after the ecosystem's pumping, the mint period is over. But are you playing? And there's as you said yourself, there's a lot of great projects within the ecosystem. Are you participating in any of them in particular?
Really small, nothing too big. And I've always told the viewers, I've always told, any new coming people along in the community that I'm transparent and I'm honest. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I have $10,000 on every single platform. No, like I'm honest, and I'll let you know up front whether I'm in or not, and you will decide whether you want to invest some of your funds. So of course, the biggest one is TitanX. That's the one that I'm into, right? And then there's Hyper. That's the second one. I do have some scattered around, but it's enough for me to be happy with what I have. The Blaze, I don't have much, but I do have the tokens that I have in my portfolio. The ones I don't have at all is Inferno, Helios. I do have Dragon X, but I got in at the very early days of Dragon X. So I'm still gonna hold them just to see what happens. But so far, it's curling right back up. By the looks of it, I'm probably down like 20-ish%, maybe. It was 6 zeros and a 9. I'm looking at Dragon X TitanX pair right now on my screen. 6 zeros and a 9. I want to say I got in somewhere around there. So I'm maybe down like 10-20% on that token. But luckily it's curling right back up. Stuff like that. Of course, I got into little tokens or NFTs like Titan Legends. Chill guy. I like to talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I don't know if you know who that is from the NFT project, Titan Legends. What else am I missing? Baby Dragon X. I can't remember if I did get in. That's the meme coin. I think I may have traded it, but not like held on to it long enough.
So,
That's about it.
sorry. Yeah, so I mean that's another thing you've been kicking about for quite a while. I mentioned about the buy and burn. Have you seen that before? What do you think then as a little ecosystem? Jake called it the layer. I think what was the term he used? A layer one within the layer one. Do you see? What do you think of it? What do you think of TitanX as its own little ecosystem and having all these other coins? Is that good for it? Bad for it? What's your opinion on how it is and how it looks for the bull run?
No, yeah, I think it is a good thing, just as long as the priority of it is Titan X itself. Because at the end of the day, what we really want is Titan X to succeed, the price to go up, the supply to go down. If there can be 20 projects coming along, but as long as Titan X is their priority, we're good.
Yeah, I suppose it just helps get more eyeballs on the product on the protocol as well. Just everybody feeding into the same little loop, always back and forth, and people coming in, and then just if they TitanX runs really well, and like you say, everybody's got a little bit of extra profit. They're feeling like they want to throw a few $100s here, a few $100s there. Maybe if it's performing really well, a few thousand here and there. I think my view is that it's just great to have all these other little things, these other little games to play in as well. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I have some miners that are claimable too here in the next, I think the 15th, if I remember correctly, that are 30% green in the ROI. And I know I started them soon after, not too long after actually. And they're still in profit. So, and that's at current prices at 6 zeros, and some change. Now imagine knocking out a zero. That's going to be a beautiful payout, this type of scenario. So it all depends, man. I'm set for the rest of the year. I think I'm claiming TitanX every 4 days. I think that it's scattered like 4 days, and then it goes to like every 6 days and stuff like that. Every few of them, there's like one every 2 days or something like that. That's on my main wallet, but on my YouTube channel side, I think I did like 10 days, I think, somewhere around there. It's all over the place. Like the next ones, I do have one claimable today, the 15th, multiple the 19th, multiple the 20th. It's like about every 3 to 5 days on my dummy wallet.
Do you do crypto full time?
Pretty much. At the end of the day, yeah. Like as soon as I get up at 4:45 in the morning, yeah, that's the time that I wake up. It's crazy. 4:45 in the morning, I take my baby, my 4-legged baby out to make sure she's taken care of. And sometimes I go to the gym, other times I just play video games for a little bit. And I'm on my private group chat. I'm trying to be more active on Telegram, but you know, I'm taking priority with the people in the private group chat to make sure they're good in the stock market, technical analysis, you know, stuff like that. And of course, look up YouTube videos, ways to be able to create content for the next coming up token, or, you know, technical analysis, check how the markets are doing. It's every single day, like all the way till 11 o'clock at night, I'm on my phone. Like I literally have 4 portable chargers, and people think I'm they think I'm just joking, but I'm not. I have 4 portable chargers, and it's not because my phone just sucks, but I have the Galaxy S23 Ultra or 24 Ultra, whichever one it is, and its battery is great. I just don't like having the light on my phones all the way down to where I just can barely see, just to save battery. So I put the brightness as much as I can, maybe not maxed out, but to where I can actually see everything, and I like watching my shows and animes and stuff like that, to where the light is no problem. And I'm just constantly going from app to another app. You know, friends of mine constantly are messaging me on Snapchat, you know, on Telegram, on other platforms. I'm constantly getting video calls, or just calls in general, making sure, you know, hey, is this play doing good? What do you think about it? What's your personal opinion about it? You know, could you see a good investment into this? That type of scenario. So it's constantly every single day something, and I like it. I love it. I love helping people out, because at the end of the day, you know, tomorrow's not promised. It really ain't. And that's what I've also mentioned on YouTube. Like, we are doing stakes and mints and whatever length of 200, 300, 3,500 days stakes, like I did by accident one time. We don't know if we're going to be alive 30 days from now, you know? And as sad as it's going to sound, and I don't want to be negative in any of this, but it's just life. You know, in 30 days, 300 days, if 1,000 people do 300-day long-term mints or stakes or however, right? You're bound to have maybe, you know, God forbid, maybe, you know, 10% of the people, 20% of the people don't make it to day 300. Them miners and tokens are gone forever. They may have not passed down their private key, seed phrase, access. Maybe their wife or kids don't know anything about crypto. It's just gone forever. And that's pretty much what people don't put into factor whenever it comes to Zen, TitanX, meme coins, all these, you know, like Dogecoin. A lot of people bought and forgot about it, and all them tokens already gone forever, including Bitcoin. You know, we have to put every scenario into play, even if it's a sad one, a bad one. It just plays a big role for the future of every token into existence.
I'll be honest, like it's not something you know, it's not something I've ever really actually even thought about it. You know, it is a very valid point. So I'd like to ask you just quickly as well. You know, managing, you know, you're doing trading, you're helping people. You know, what for the regular guy in crypto? What do you think's a good way to manage their portfolio? Is it to have a couple of core bags? Is it just to, you know, diversify? You know, I find myself sometimes, you know, having to pull back and go, geez, I've got so many tokens that I don't really want. Maybe I didn't take enough profit in some of them at certain times, or I've kept moon bags of so many things that, you know, you take a little bit of profit, you leave a moon bag. What's, and that the reason I'm asking, sometimes I get overwhelmed, even myself, and go, geez, I've just got far too many things to watch here. I would be much better off selling all this crap, consolidating everything again into the core coins. What's your, have you any advice, or what's your opinion on how to manage a portfolio for folks that maybe aren't that experienced? Because we're coming in to a very important time here. We're coming into a very important time in the bull run. So any advice there?
There's honestly a lot of advice that I would give, but we would be here all night, right? But to make things easy or easier for newcomers and the small fish that want to expand their portfolio and everything, look into the tokens that have that use case, that utility, that network that can actually have the native token work for itself. Like, for example, Polygon, Avalanche, of course, Ethereum, Binance, all of them are the quote unquote basic tokens in which you can go do anything you want to. There's dApps behind it. You can do mint NFTs. You can get into meme coin plays, all that. But I would suggest having them tokens itself: Matic, Avalanche, Binance, and Ethereum, of course. Mess around with them mainly because all of them have the same address. A lot of people, newcomers, they get confused whenever, for example, they look up a YouTube video and that YouTuber mentions Tron. Now Tron has a different address, and they get really frustrated because they don't understand, why is this different? Why does this token Tron can't accept Ethereum? And that's where they really get frustrated. I remember the early days of mine. I was like, I don't even understand this mess. How come this accepts Ethereum, but this doesn't accept Tron? And small little tiny baby steps at a time will definitely get you where you need to go. And so be patient. Okay. Crypto is literally a very patient game. And I've gotten messages on both YouTube and Telegram and all that. They've all told me, yo, bro, you've been in here since 2015. How are you not a multi-millionaire? This, and that. I feel like a millionaire. I do, because during the 2020, was it 2020, somewhere around there, that last bull run, that it went all the way to like 69K and whatnot. Whenever all that was happening, I cashed out a good majority of my crypto that I've been in since 2015. I got in at crumbs. I was very happy loading up at the crumbs that I was getting at. I bought the house. I'm 27, turning 28. Majority of people out here are 50s, 60s, working their butt off trying to pay off their house. I'm blessed. I could have had millions of dollars, but I have a brand new home that I paid for with crypto. I have my Audi that I got paid for already, my wife's debt, the whole entire, college tuitions. I took care of all that to make sure I'm set. So now today I can now invest freely on whatever I want to with TitanX, Zen, meme coins, dangerous meme coins that can literally just wreck you in 2 seconds. In my eyes, I'm definitely a millionaire. I'm comfortable. I'm living a comfortable life. I'm blessed for where I'm at, and I'm trying to get as many people as I can, to where they are happy and they feel comfortable in their life. Maybe not making $100,000 a year, but somebody making 50K USD a year, because I know there's a lot of people out there in different, countries and all that stuff. $50,000 a year living paycheck to paycheck. If crypto or TitanX or Zen or whatever can make you an extra $1,000, $2,000 a year, I'm putting numbers out there, then that's extra income you can use. Take it out. People got so mad at me because I was taking profits from both TitanX and Zen. And I even mentioned it on my YouTube videos. I told them, look, I'm taking profit. I'm going to enjoy it with my wife, my baby, four-legged baby Maya. I'm going to go out on a cruise. I'm going to go on vacation, enjoy, because you just don't know whether you're going to be here tomorrow, man. That's my point of view. I'm like, I'm going to take out $1,000 that I made for free, pretty much for free, just crypto went up, and I'm gonna go take my wife out for a great dinner. We're gonna make memories. I'm gonna buy some toys for my baby, and it's gonna create cherishable, really good memories for the long haul, And now I'm glad I did, because look at crypto. Like, it took a massive dump, and I sold at the high, not the high, but at higher prices than it is now. I can just buy everything I want to, and I'm still good. You get me? So it
Yeah,
does
look,
take time. It takes patience. Sometimes you want to quit. Sometimes you just want to punch a screen. Trust me, I've done that before. It hurts. I don't recommend anybody doing that, but you just keep researching, man. There's YouTube videos for everything. Now, there's even AI nowadays that will answer anything and everything. If you have doubts about how to do something, just ask Chat GPT or any AI out there, a good AI, not a dumb AI, that will actually help you in answering questions.
Yeah, look, that was actually really, really good to hear you say all those things. Greed is something I keep saying. People just get wrapped up in the greed of crypto, the massive,
Yeah,
massive
greed.
gains.
Oh my goodness.
It's a word I've used many times. It's just, don't let the greed take over everything. You don't need, like you say, if you've got a chance at securing yourself $5,000, as opposed to waiting and waiting and waiting for $100,000, it's nice to some. Yes, I'm not saying go and start taking all your profits or anything like that, but just don't let the greed get you. Sami says a lot that you wait all the way to the top of the bull run. You don't know where the top's going to be, and you're going to get a 40% crash, and you're going to be too late to take some profits. You're going to be doubting yourself. So yeah, no, thanks very much for saying all those things. It's nice to hear. I don't even think of any how really heard too many people on our streams talk about taking a little bit of profit and not being greedy. So yeah, thanks for sharing those sentiments.
Of course.
Okay, so we're usually wrap up around the hour mark. I'd like to just ask you quickly, what's your overall view on where the market is at, the overall market, all crypto. Is it, where you mentioned at the start, we're shaping up to follow the same sort of 4-year cycle, and you want to elaborate on that a little bit quickly?
Yeah, I think crypto right now, the whole world actually is in a very scary position. They just don't, nobody really knows. Well, nobody as in like the small investors. Like, there's people out here living paycheck to paycheck, like I said, and it all adds up whenever it comes to millions of people. If millions of people have $20 to spare and they're too scared to invest into that, of course, nothing really will happen into the market, and it's just continue dumping and falling, small little upsides. But at the long term, we need, fresh new money coming into the market. We need that. That's what happened back in 2017, 2018. We had all that new fresh money because it got 10, 20 times easier to be able to buy Bitcoin. Whenever back then, I remember it would get really scarce or really difficult. You'd have to do 20 steps just to be able to get your hands on any crypto at all. Whenever now, like, you can create an account or any wallet, you can buy Bitcoin straight out of MetaMask using your debit card, which back then you never even heard that you could buy crypto with a debit card. And it's kind of crazy how fast things are going and how easy it's going to get from here on out, being able to access crypto to a 18-year-old, whoever turns just 18, that's looking to be able to create a better life, that sees crypto, he'll be able to get his hands on it faster and easier. Maybe not get rich quick, but hopefully, his or her wish come true and live off really good. And I think the stock market is taking a big effect as well. The fact that the stock market hit really hard, I think it was like trillions of dollars that came out of the whole entire stock market, and it was a signal that crypto was going to be the next one to do so. And let alone there was already big investors of Apple, big tech companies, Disney, all of them selling off majority of their stock. They saw it coming. In my opinion, I think they sold the stock versions and held to be able to buy crypto at a very cheap rate. That's what I'm thinking. But you know how the whole entire ecosystem works and conspiracy theories, and people start, pointing fingers that, billionaire such and such knows this, and that. That's what I think is actually happening, because we are going through a transition of just the US dollar or whatever currency that is not stable. Any little tiny thing affects it. We're transitioning over to the blockchain side. Like, more and more presidents and governors and everything are talking about crypto and trying to find ways to push it to be able to, for us to allow blockchain into it, because I want to know where my tax dollars is going. I really do. Is it going for somebody in the third world buying a bicycle, or is it somebody out there buying a whole entire missile that is going to be used, in a war? Like, what's going on with my money? And it being on a blockchain, it gives us access, and we can see it transparent wise to where exactly all them trillions of dollars or billions of dollars is going to. So I feel like people are waking up now and starting to realize it's not sustainable sometimes. And there's going to be times that people are going to have to rely on crypto to be able to just pay rent. As crazy as that sounds, they're going to need Bitcoin to be able to pay rent. And honestly, that'd be a crazy thing to experience in my lifetime, in our lifetime.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I'm like you. Certainly hoping that time comes. Look, do you want to give us your links again there, just for the viewers before we wrap it up here?
Sure, of course. So my X account, my Twitter account, it is Crypto Audi King, and the Telegram is also Crypto Audi King. All the links are on my Twitter, on my bio. It's a link tree. It'll take you to the official one. And again, don't fall for any scams.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much for coming on the show. That was a great chat. I'd love to have you back on again.
For sure. Just let me know. We can organize another day, maybe even Jake again. We could all do something.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good one, because we are pulling together a panel show shortly, where we're going to have maybe 5 or 6 guests on all at the same time. So yeah, we'll definitely give you an invite back to that. You anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, just thanks for your time. It's been great. Man, that stuff was touching me, bro. We went deep there for a minute, and I was like, wow, this kid's kind of reeling me back in a little bit here. So, it was good to hear. It was refreshing to hear in crypto, right? You don't hear those kinds of things very often. So, and I'm so deep in this freaking crypto world with Twitter and Telegram and all this other stuff, and into our protocols. And it's like, oh my God. And then to hear like some real life wise words, that was great, man. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah, of course. Just know whenever you want to talk or anything, I'm here, man. Just hit me up.
Yeah, nice one. But yeah, no, really appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll definitely get you back on again. So yeah, thanks very much for your time, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the show. Usual stuff, like, follow, subscribe, all that. We're working hard here trying to push out the message of Blaze protocols, of TitanX ecosystem, and trying to just bring some, like we had there, some wise words along, keep everybody grounded, and some nice, good advice, wholesome advice for everybody following the channel. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next week for another weekly Blaze. We'll keep you posted too, as when Jake's going to be on the show again too. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good day, everyone.
All right, later.
Police all day, police all